Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the hottest comics releasing Wednesday, May 5th, 2021. And it's a really big week, so please be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you're most excited for this week. Be sure to subscribe and like the video as well. And I'm going to dive right into my top picks. So I'm going to start off with Wynd number 6. I've been looking forward to this comic since May of last year when the last one came out, and I was really surprised that they were going to be doing a book 2 because I know James Tynion does have a contract with DC saying that he can only do so many ongoing series in a certain amount of time, and so he kind of snuck this one in by saying it was a mini-series, which I liked. And the last one was just so good, the art was fantastic, and I'm very excited to see where they take Wynd, Oakley, Thorn, and Yorick, these very interesting characters that I very liked. And it looks like in number 6 they're going to dive more into Wynd's terrifying monster visions, which I'm very excited for. Also, King Yosar is going to do the unthinkable and attempt to bring Yorick home by letting vampires into the city for the first time in generations, which sounds very creepy, right up my alley. I love vampires. So I'm super looking forward to this. There is 2 fantastic covers that I really like, and there's a 1 in 25 as well, so be sure on the lookout for that. Also, I'm going to put these 2 comics together because it is Star Wars War of Bounty Hunters Alpha and director's cut of it. And it's going to be written by Charles Soule, drawn by Steve McNiven, and I am really looking forward to this. We have not had a Star Wars event comic, and so I'm very, very excited to see where this goes. It looks like they're going to be hunting down Han Solo for a certain bounty. It looks like Boba Fett's going to get this black armor. Jabba the Hutt's going to be in it. It looks very fun, very cool. And in the director's cut, you are going to experience Charles Soule's epic space-shattering story in director's cut format, complete with Steve McNiven's mind-blowing black and white art and more incredible bonus features. So I know more people did order less of the director's cut, but I do think that's going to be a really good one to pick up, especially that cover is fantastic. I love the Boba Fett black armor on it. There's also 1 in 25s on that one, and then there's a 1 in 50 on the regular one. So I am looking forward to see where this takes us. Also, Batman 108, another Tynion. I mean, 2 Tynions in my top this week. Very exciting for this one. Is going to be considered the first appearance of Miracle Molly, and she seemed like a really cool aspect. She's very cyberpunk looking, and I like that about her, especially in this world. She really does belong in there, and we're probably going to get more answers about the Magistrate and Peacekeeper 1 on this one. So I am looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I've been really liking the Scarecrow scenes in this, so very exciting. Also, how could I forget, Batman Fortnite Zero Point number 2 comes out this week, and this one is going to be a tough one to find, just like number 1, because we did place our orders prior to knowing how many people really wanted this comic. So yeah, I definitely, if you could get your hands on one of these, if you play Fortnite, really want the code, this is the way to get them. There is going to be a second print of this and so on and so forth, so I wouldn't try too hard, and I would not pay those ridiculous eBay prices because there's going to be plenty of ways you can get these codes. So yeah, I mean, it's a cool story. It's a fun story where Batman's just being dropped into this Fortnite world, and you're trying to figure out his memories and why he's there and how he could escape and things like that. And so that seems really fun and interesting, especially for number 3, which is going to contain Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe in it. So if you're interested in those, there is some really cool covers for that. And like I said, don't worry, don't pay all those crazy eBay prices, because in a month from now, there's going to be more printings, and there's going to be plenty of them for everyone. Now, on to our series shoutouts. These are comics that I'm very excited for this week, but not necessarily going to be the top pick that everyone will be picking up, but I still want you guys to know about them. So, Babyteeth number 17. This is a Donny Cates written comic drawn by Gary Brown. It's an Aftershock book. Wow. So I love this comic. This comic is what got me into reading Donny Cates. And this comic is fantastic. It's very satanic-y, it's very dark, it's very horror. I really enjoy this, and it's been gone for a long time. It's been off the radar, and Donny Cates has been saying, like, I've written it, it's just taken a little while to come out. Well, it's finally back, and I'm so excited. There's going to be the last 4 issues coming out, and it should come out monthly, and the end is coming, and I'm very nervous and very excited, and the apocalypse is here. I mean, how else could we wait for this? I'm super excited to read this. This is probably going to be the first one I read this week. Also this week, we have Eden. It's a one-shot by Aftershock, and it is in a prestige format, so it's one of those larger sized where you'd have to fit in like a magazine bag and board. And it's written by Cullen Bunn, drawn by, and I'm terribly sorry about this, Dalibor Talajic. And it's about a tattoo artist. Niles lives in his life in kind of a daze. Minute after minute, he muddles through the repetitive moments of his job, his life, and his guilt. All that changes when Eden walks through the doors of the tattoo shop. She's looking for something different, and she finds it with Niles. But Eden is a woman surrounded by deep mysteries, not the least of which is how and why her tattoos vanish after only a few days. As Niles learns more about Eden, he is driven to fathomless depths of love and horror. And I'm very excited because I love Cullen Bunn's Aftershock books. I think they are fantastic. I love the horror aspect he plays with them, and I'm just really excited to see how this book plays out. He did another one called Piecemeal not too long ago, and that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. Also, Heroes Reborn #1 comes out this week. It's the next big Marvel event, and I mean, it's written by Jason Aaron, drawn by Ed McGuinness, and it's all about the Squadron Supreme. I'm thrilled. I mean, Jason Aaron's one of my favorite writers. I love Squadron Supreme so much. I think Hyperion is, like, godly. He is amazing. And I know a lot of people think that it's, like, this ripoff on Justice League. Well, it is. And that's, like, the fun thing about it. Like, Marvel's own, like, Justice League, but they're super evil. And I'm very excited. I love the synopsis of this book. It sounds so much fun. Welcome to a world Tony Stark never built in Iron Man armor, where Thor is a hard-drinking atheist who despises hammers, where Wakanda is dismissed as a myth, and where Captain America has never found in the ice because there was no Avengers to find him. Instead, this world has always been protected by Earth's mightiest heroes, the Squadron Supreme of America. And now, the Squadron faces an attack from some of their fiercest enemies, like Dr. Juggernaut, the Black Skull, and the Silver Witch, and Thanos with his infinity rings. But why is the Daybreaker Blade the only man alive who seems to remember that the entire world has somehow been reborn? And I think this is so great. Those villains sound so cool to me, and I know they're like this mashup characters, but like Doctor Doom Juggernaut, I mean, that is so cool. And I love the Black Skull, like it's a symbiotic Red Skull, and Thanos with the Mandarin Infinity Stones. Just having that all like reworked in a way that sounds incredibly interesting to me. It sounds so fun, and that's why I like about events, because they're so fun. They're just a time where you can have non-stop action and little to no plot, but still have a really good time. And you know, if I run a really good plot, I would read an independent comic, to be honest with you, not a Marvel or DC, because half the time they're forced into doing something they don't want to. But I'm very excited to see where this goes. I will be picking up those really cool trading card covers. I think they remind me of my childhood. I love how they're going to connect to each other too, and I'm super excited. Also, Broken Song Ballads. This is a Scout Comics. It's written by Massimo Rossi and drawn by Ludovica Serigati. And it is part of their Black Cavern imprint. It is about St. Abigail's Institute creates monsters, and those monsters are teenagers. The story begins as several teens discover as they process out of the ordinary abilities, in each case related to their psychomatic conditions. The resulting trauma caused by the horrific discovery leads them to stray their normal teenage lives, some to seek answers, others in desperate attempt to escape their terrible fate. Meanwhile, a mysterious organization working for the government begins to track down the kids with the goal of bringing them home. And this one sounds really cool. It sounds like a cool monster mashup book, and there's two really cool covers, and then there was a 1 in 5, I believe. And if you find those, be sure to check those out. I mean, the art looks very cool and interesting, and I'm excited to check it out. Now, time for our late printings of the week. We have quite a few of them. We have Batman Fortnite Zero Point #1 second print. This was ordered well before we knew about how crazy Fortnite would be, and so I have only ordered 5. Very scared for Tuesday. I don't know what that's gonna bring for me, because I only have a handful, and it's gonna be first come first serve. So also, Black Cotton #1 second print comes out. If you missed the first print on that, it will be there. Many Deaths of Laila Starr #1 second print. This comic was really good. I read it already, and I really enjoyed this. This second print cover is fantastic. I think it's gorgeous, and I hope all of you guys read it. Also, Silver Coin #1 second print. That was a really fun comic. If you missed out on the first one, here's your another chance. And Nocterra #2 second print. Also, another really great comic that has been increasingly better every time I read it. I'm sure once #3 comes out, it will make my top 10. But that's all the comics I have for you this week. There is plenty of more coming out this week, trust me. And be sure to check out your local comic shops for all these comics and many more. And have a great day.